What's up, guys? We are back at the Pull Pro Shop, and today we are going to be reviewing the Ronix M50 Wakesurf board. So the Ronix M50, it's been around for many years now, but this year they completely redesigned it. All new construction, different rail design, different shape, different rocker lines. So it's meant for the same thing, but it's just leveled up. The M50 is a hybrid board, but it's also kind of a very unique board that's in a class of its own, just because a lot of hybrid boards aren't gonna have the latest tech the way that this board does. The carbon layup, how they were so precise on the rail design, the fins, all of that stuff was redesigned for this year. And it's very, very exciting to have this in the shop. So as you can see, like your typical hybrid, it's got that surf style shape, but it's got that thin outline, that lower volume. And then what's really cool about what they did with this board is these rails are actually speed walls, just like you'd see on a wakeboard. So it's that true 90-degree angle, which is just going to shed water and keep you moving fast, picking up speed quick without having to pump necessarily to get that drive. You have the fins for it, but just the way that this rail design sits in the water is going to promote speed. So if you pick up like a Ronix Arcs T, a Ronix One, any of those top of the line boards, it is almost an identical rail design, which is going to help keep an edge, promote speed, all those things. It's very, very exciting. And then the M50 is a very fast board already, and what they did is they added more rocker in the nose. So that's just gonna be a more forgiving feel. It's gonna allow you to do deeper turns out in the flats, and just stop you from digging that nose. So while this is like an aggressive, fast board, it actually does have a lot of forgiveness properties as well. So this board would be really good behind a smaller wave, or if you just like a more mellow wave, but like a little more bite, as in more fins. This would be such a fun board for that. So it also kind of adapts to your riding style. If you like to hack and you're more of that like surf-inspired wake surfer, this is gonna be able to handle that. If you are a little more skim inspired, this is still gonna spin, you can still do shoves, all that good stuff. It's very versatile in that way. So the M50 also has a very, very unique fin style. So it's a quad fin, right? But you've got button tech cheese grater fins. So if you look at these right down the line, they are actually can be placed on either side. You know, there's not one flat side, there's not a right and left. But because of the cheese grater, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's little holes in it, and they go in on an angle right here. So depending on which side you put them on, you can have that really loose feel because water is going to flow through them through this way. You can have that tighter feel where water is going to flow through your fins on this angle. So that's another versatility piece with these. Looser, more locked in, just depends on which side you put your cheese grater fins. 3.5 inches, by the way. And then you got your 1.8 nubs. So, you know, you could throw all 4 or just do the 2 cheese graters. Either way, figure out what you like. Everyone's different. There's no right or wrong when it comes to fin placement, in my opinion. And then you got the button tech, which is so sweet. I wish more boards did this. You legitimately just pop it in, and then there's a button here and they just pop right out. So very, very cool. Makes it super easy to change it up on the fly. You also have a spine kind of going through the center. It starts about, I don't know, I would say 40% of the way down the board. And that's just going to help get the water pouring out the sides, get that good water flow into the fins, which is, again, depending on how you set up your fins, it's either gonna go through them, make it tighter that way, or water this way and make it a looser feel on the tail. You also have that full carbon layup, so, you know, super light, super, super strong. You can get away riding in a slightly smaller size in this board just because it does have a ton of width combined with those speed walls. It's fast, you know, you don't need as much surface area as you might in, you know, a traditional surf style board. So it comes in a 4.5 and a 4.10, I believe. Yep, 4.5 and 4.10. Me, I'm about $190. I'm kind of in between. I would probably go for the 4.5 personally, and then anyone over $2, maybe 210, I'd push you to the 410. And then who is this board for? Again, I think smaller waves would be amazing for this board. Super fast, easy to stay in the wave. The person that likes a lot of speed but doesn't necessarily like a super, super loose feel like a true skim, this would be an awesome board. I also think it's one of those boards that, you know, skill level is a little bit less of what you need to worry about. I think you could throw a beginner on this and they would have a great time. I think someone that is an advanced rider and can do a bunch of the tech tricks would have a great time on this. So this is just one of those boards that would be good to have on the boat, no matter your skill level. And then because of the width, the speed, just how fast it is, you're gonna be able to suit many different sized riders with one board as well. So this is definitely one to check out. Looks sweet, freshly designed. So come by, check it out, see it on our website, or go to your local board shop and see all new redesigned Ronix M50.